Baltimore has moved 88 yards in 9 plays, but more important, look what they've done in ball control. 2 big penalties helped them. The Rams used over 5 minutes to get on the scoreboard with a field goal. Jim O'Brien will kick off to Travis Williams and Alvin Heyman. Heyman, 23, Williams, 25. It's the Colts 7, the Rams 3. Pat Curran muffs the football. This is Alvin Heyman. Oh, and he attracts the crowd. To about the 17 is Alvin Heyman. Rex Kern was there. Tom Curtis. Sam Haverlack. They were all there. Alvin Heyman, who several times in his career has led the league in punt returns. Rams, 1st and 10. They'll move from their own 17-yard line. Ellison and Smith the setbacks. This is Ellison. Mack out in front, number 65 with a good block. Moving to about the 24, Rick Volk to make the stop. Baltimore thus far has run 30 plays to LA's 15 plays. There he is, Dave Jones. He's had trouble this year with an instep, as Don mentioned earlier, but according to David, today he said, I'm ready to go 100%.
He really is a good one, too, Frank.
The ball at the 23. The Rams own at 23. A second down. 5 yards to go. Rinsel widens up at the bottom of your screen. Snow is out to the left. This one intended for Klein. Not even close, as Bubba Smith puts the pressure on.
Bubba had him pretty well wrapped up back there. A big bear hug. Rinsel, you saw before that play, opened up his stance a little bit. Moved out about another 3 or 4 yards to enable the coverage of the secondary to spread out a little bit. They were trying to hit in between the linebacker where the defensive cornerback was.
I'll tell you, it's interesting how those officials marked the ball. It is now 3rd and 4. It was 2nd and 5 and an incompletion. Oh, well.
Nobody's perfect.
You're right. Now from the 24. Snow left. Rinsel right. Rinsel cheats back in as Gabriel barks the automatic. He came back in for the pitch-out block, and it's stacked up. Ted Hendricks. Ted Hendricks stacks it up. A loss of 3. Ellison dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
We have 3:43 left in the half and counting down. And of course, this ball game turned, as Frank noted, when Elmendorf twice consecutively gave Baltimore second chances when they apparently had to relinquish the football. Now Baltimore gets another shot.
Pat Studstill to do the punting. Rick Volk is deep, and he kicks a high one. Rick Volk with the fair catch on his own 39-yard line. 42-yard punt. At NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Colts continues from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with the score, Baltimore 7, Los Angeles 3.
It's exactly what you'd expect from Sweden. A different kind of tobacco, Borkum Riff. It's a bourbon flavor smoke, a softer, milder smoke, Borkum Riff. It's another thing that Swedish women like about Swedish men.
This is Firestone's new asymmetrical Town & Country winter tire with 3 separate tread sections and room for 112 ice-gripping studs. The tire to start you, stop you, steer you through the worst winter weather. Now when you buy one, you get the second one at 50% off regular exchange price, plus federal excise tax, at all participating Firestone dealers and stores. If you already have them on your rear wheels, get a pair for the front. Once you feel how you stop and steer with these tires on every wheel, you'll never be without them in winter again.
3 minutes and 19 seconds remain to be played in the first half in Baltimore, Maryland, on a cold night. The Rams getting out in front of the Baltimore Colts in the first quarter. A 20-yard field goal by David Ray. Tom Maddie scored from 4 yards out, climaxing an 88-yard drive by Baltimore. Baltimore out in front 7-3. Maddie again with the football, again behind Bulash. And Ressler was out in front again. Isaiah Robertson moving over. Pickup of about 3 yards for Maddie. And we're watching a hard-hitting football game, and there were some wild ones yesterday. We'll see the highlights of those games as selected by Howard at halftime.
Selected by the producers of this show in their infinite knowledgeability.
2nd down and 8. Baltimore moving the ball from their own 41. This is Perkins. Willie Richardson moving in motion left. Quickly over the middle. Pass intended for Mitchell. Covered as he will be all night by number 39, Kermit Alexander. Earl Morrill having his problems tonight.
Earl has certainly had some very good days. He is the first one, I'm sure, to admit that a pass like that last one was not the way it should have been thrown. It was thrown too hard, again a little bit too low, and looked like a little bit behind him.
Statistics spoke for themselves as just flashed on the screen. 5 out of 16. 31% completion record for the night thus far.
The ball at the 41 of the Baltimore Colts. 3rd down and 8. Morrill with his drop back. Firing for Willie Richardson. Incomplete. And Willie Richardson that time was wide open, and Morrill was even unhappy.
Wide open is correct, and he has good reason to be unhappy. He is a veteran professional.
4th down. David Lee will come on to turn the football over to the Los Angeles Rams with 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the halftime.
Let's check and see if Elmendorf is still on that punt return team.
I bet he'll be delicate if he is.
They may tell him not to rush the kicker this time. You know, it's amazing. Elmendorf is one of the rookies, as Howard pointed out, on the defensive squad for the Rams. He is from Texas A&M and is, I guess what you say, a scholar. He finished with a 3.8 average on a 4-point system. That's not bad.
Alvin Heyman. Heyman moving back to the 40-yard line. Dennis Nelson there to make the stop. 34-yard punt. David Lee, who came into the game averaging 42 yards. Kind of a knuckler for 34 yards on that one.
3 deuces right there. Whoops. Getting close to that 2-minute period. We'll see what the Rams can do in the closing minutes of the first half. Roman's going to have to put it in the air, it looks like.
They have their 3 timeouts remaining. That's the score. Gabriel sending backs out of the backfield. To Smith. Smith into Colt territory to the 43.
That was smart. Frankie had a pattern call to the wide side of the field, actually expecting a zone. They were in a zone, came back to Smith, who had gone out in the flare on the weak side.
NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Colts, continues from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with the score. The Colts 7, the Rams 3.
I'm shaving in this demolition derby car to prove how hard it is to nickel cut yourself with this new razor, the Easy Rider from Schick. You see, these protective bumps, along the guard bar, help to keep the blade from digging in. A safe, smooth shave. Right now, you can get this Easy Rider razor free when you buy this special pack of Schick Super Chromium blades. It's a good deal.
Esso asks, does your car suffer from hesitation? For instance, when you really give it the gas, does your engine seem to sag momentarily? That's hesitation. Or does it ever feel like gusts of wind are hitting you head on when there isn't any wind at all? Esso has now improved all 3 of its gasolines. These improved gasolines can help eliminate the cause of hesitation, and that can result in smooth performance and good mileage.
It's a cold night in Baltimore. Temperature hovering at freezing. The Rams have the football with 2 minutes left in the half. They have the football on the Baltimore Colts 43-yard line. A heater on the sidelines used to warm the players' hands. Not really a miserable night. The wind is very slight. Rams have brought on Les Josephson, number 34. Gabriel again, sending Josephson out. Looking deep for Rensel. Well covered by Charlie Stukes.
Don't forget, folks, this Saturday on ABC, NCAA Regional Football, Cornell, Dartmouth. We've told you about that in the East for our Eastern viewers with Ed Marinaro of Cornell, Arkansas, SMU, Kansas, Oklahoma, Washington State, Oregon State. Be sure to consult your local listings for the time of the game in your area this Saturday. And then the game we've got to keep plugging. Nebraska, Oklahoma, Thanksgiving Day, the showdown.
And what a great football game that's going to be, too. As Gabriel looks on 2nd and 10. Pulls it down, he'll run. And he's got 3 Colts. May is there. Curtis, number 32. May, 56.
It's a frightening realization when you go back to throw in this period and you look down the field and all of your receivers are covered. And that was the case that time. He had 3 men downfield and the Colts secondary did an excellent job. And Roman says, man, I got to do something with it, so I better run.
And he picked up 9 yards as the Rams used one of their timeouts. They'll now have 2 with the clock showing 1:36. Gabriel moving over to visit with Tommy Prothro.
I thought Gabe Frank showed all the speed of a youthful Meredith then.
He was in the area. You know, the one thing that might be pointed out, on a night like this, we've mentioned the weather that is cold. Quarterback's function as a quarterback doesn't call on him to run that much. Now, he gets hit. We've showed several times when the quarterback does get hit from the blind side as he's attempting to pass. But when you run, you're just not used to running. You don't go in from the training camp. You don't get used to running. You don't take the ball and run. So a quarterback's muscles are not really toned up for that. Take, for example, I tried to play tennis this week, for example. I haven't played in about a month. Man, I was so sore after that. You're using muscles that you don't use ordinarily. So Roman gets paid to pass. He's not getting paid to run. When he does run, it's taking a risk. And oftentimes injuries come out of it. How about that?
That covers the area.
That's it, in the area.
3rd down and 1. Roman Gabriel conferred on the sidelines with head coach Tommy Prothro. Logan, the defensive captain for the Colts, was over talking to his coaching staff and his booth. Rensel talked with Gabriel before he came to the huddle. Let's see what happens. 3rd down and 2. The ball at the 35-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. 1:36 remain in the first half. Both backs out. Goes to Rensel. Stukes is there, and Rensel holds on.
Super catch, good throw. Stukes had him well covered. There's really nothing you can say about that except it's a beautifully executed play.
Again, you saw both backs coming out of the backfield, and you can do that when a team is playing zone. Now, they'll tighten up on this. Stukes moving to the inside.
They caught him in a man-for-man that time, Frank, which is unusual, but we have pointed out before against the zone, when you get down into this area, the 20 to 30-yard line, it's very difficult because the zone is not nearly as effective. You don't have as much field to work with or as many areas that you can allow the other team to have, so they're more or less forced to play a man-for-man coverage. Rensel ran a very basic pattern, a down and in or a post pattern as it's called, but the primary responsibility for Stukes is, hey, I can't let him get deep, and I don't want him to get to the outside. I don't have any help out there. On the inside, he does have at least linebackers in the position to block the view from the quarterback to the receiver. That's how much time he's got before the halftime. They're down now about the 17 or 18-yard line, and they do have a first down.
And he has one timeout to work with. Out to the left goes Jack Snow. Rensel to the right. The tight end, Bob Klein, opens up on the right side. Colts faking the blitz. Hendricks is in the middle, as you see. Freddie Miller couldn't hold it any longer. He's going to accuse the Rams of drawing him off sides.
I believe that's Bubba talking to him, too. Bubba was lined up over the center that time. Bubba comes in from his defensive end position to line up right over the center. Now, we can't see whether anybody is drawing him off or not, but, yeah, that's Bubba Smith coming through. And he's giving Ken Hyman a pretty good forearm. They did call that Bubba was offside. He didn't like it. He said, wait a minute. That man moved. The center actually can't even move his arms in a situation like that because after he does take the position over the ball, he has to remain there until the snap counts.
1st and 5, the ball at the 12. Gabriel firing for Rensel, and he was covered well there by Jim Duncan. That'll be 2nd down and 5. Clock, of course, stopped with the incompletion.
Duncan did a fine job, too, but I think it could be pointed out that Mike Curtis did a good job from his middle linebacker. He had dropped deep enough to force Roman to throw that ball a little high. The ball, I think, could have been completed to the inside because Duncan, again, was protecting that outside. The ball was high, but it looked to me from here he had to throw it over Curtis's head to get it there.
Grensel goes right. He'll be covered by Stoops. On the left side, Duncan will cover Jack Snow. 2nd down and 5. The ball is at the 12. Josephson. Les Josephson.
There it is.
Touchdown, Rams.
Fine utilization of everybody on the field. He had Josephson coming out from the backfield. He'd been working to his outside receivers. Grensel, he had Snow set to the left, as you said. Josephson came out on a flare pattern and was not covered. Someone missed an assignment over there.
So the Rams using their time well. There's still 1:15 remaining in the first half as David Ray comes on for the conversion. David Ray takes the Los Angeles 10, Baltimore 7. And it did not take Roman Gabriel very long to move that football. Now Earl Morrow, when the Colts take over possession, they'll have 3 timeouts remaining and 1:15 to work with.
That was a pretty series. We'll see the touchdown again. You'll see Roman coming back. He's got everybody out. Didn't hold anybody back in to block. That caused the responsibility for all the linebackers and the secondary men.
Well, I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to say it until I saw it again. That man had to be covered by Ray May.
That's right.
Number 56, and he just was not there.
Linebackers' responsibility, Frank, as I'm sure a lot of people know, is to cover the man coming out of the backfield. Now, Joseph did hold up a little bit, as if he was going to block, but he didn't. He released. It went out into the flat. The linebacker cannot let that back free because there's nobody else to cover him. The secondary men, the cornerbacks and the safeties, have wide receivers to contend with.
And that's how long that drive took. Roman Gabriel using 2 timeouts and the incompletions to kill the clock, and it constantly amazes me what these veteran quarterbacks can do as David Ray puts the foot to it. McCauley. And McCauley stacked up at about the 19-yard line. Travis Williams down under that kickoff. The Colts have called their first offensive play on the bench. And now, as soon as the referee sees both offensive and defensive units set, he'll start the clock. It's moving now with 1:07, but the Colts had called that play on the bench. Out of trouble, Coy Bacon. Earl Morrow all the way back to the 8-yard line. Coy Bacon getting away from the block of Bob Fogle.
Earl sent all of his backs out of the backfield that time, too, Frank. He had 3 receivers and 2 offensive backs in the pass pattern. Didn't have any extra protection in the backfield, as we have a minute left to play in the first half.
That, again, you can do, sending backs out against a prevent, just like you can against the zone. 2nd down now and 20. Morrow goes with the draw play. This is Bulash. Bulash into Marlon McKeever. Over the 15, or just at the 15, is Norm Bulash. Clock now moving with 40 seconds remaining in the first half. It'll be 3rd down and 14, and I would honestly think, Don, that, well, Earl will be very careful from this point.
Well, I'm sure he will. The Rams are delighted to give him the yards that they got on that last draw play because, as you saw the previous play, he lost about 10 yards and 12.
From the 15 on 3rd and 14, the clock moving with 10 seconds. The running play as the Colts are trying to run the clock out, and the Rams very wisely called timeout. Norm Bulash went down, and the Rams want to try and run the punt back. They used their last remaining timeout. Coming on to punt will be David Lee. Dropping deep, Kermit Alexander and Alvin Heyman. very heads-up play on the part of that defensive unit. They wanted to make sure they could run this clock out.
David Lee back there thinking about practicing his fall. He's got to get this ball out of there. They are backed up. He's kicking out of the end zone. 7 seconds to go.
The officials are talking to both Alvin Heyman and David Lee, the punter, and now we're set to go. They must have known something we didn't know. High kick. Fair catch called for at the 45-yard line. 33-yard punt. And the clock shows no time.
After a free fair catch that was called, the clock cannot run out. They do have the opportunity to make a free kick here. Now, if the clock runs out, it doesn't make any difference. They still can have one play left because Heyman did call a fair catch. They could either try a free kick, and actually they can't rush. You'll see them lining up in like a regular kickoff position, so the Colts cannot rush this kick. A free kick is from no objections or no. They're asking Frank to explain this. Frank, would you explain that?
I was listening to you. You're really wrapped up in it.
I thought I was pretty good at just the free kick stuff.
Following a fair catch, you can free kick the football. You cannot put it on a tee. You see it very seldom, but this time with the ball at the 42-yard line, David Ray will try the free kick. Don says there will be no pressure. And it's off to the left, no good. Maybe he needs the pressure. He has made one from 47 yards this year.
He's not upset.
And he's unhappy. We've got some great highlight action coming up at halftime as we watch David Lee, and he is really upset. You see our story.
Well, you do expect a field goal kicker to kick it from the 45 or 50-yard line, Frank.
Well, that's the end of the first half here at Baltimore Memorial Stadium with the score, the Los Angeles Rams 10, the Baltimore Colts 7.
America. Merrill Lynch is bullish on America. In the years ahead, we see America growing in many different ways, and we want you to share in America's growth. That's why we've moved into different kinds of investments, not just stocks, but bonds, mutual funds, real estate, and more. Merrill Lynch has a lot of different ways to put your money to work. America. Merrill Lynch is bullish on America.
The Mod Squad moves in on a smuggling ring tomorrow night on ABC.
We're about ready to get underway. Again, we'll remind you a vitally important game for both these ball clubs if they want to stay close to their division leaders. The Rams need a win to trail the 49ers by a half a game in their division. The Baltimore Colts, they need the victory to trail Miami by a half a game. And we're getting ready to get underway. David Ray setting it up deep is number 23, McCauley, and number 42, Charlie Pittman. 23, McCauley, Pittman on your right. On McCauley. And the second half is underway. This will be McCauley at the 5-yard line. McCauley over the 30 to about the 33. Rich Soule made the stop. Earl Morrill comes back into the game. Bulash, Matty the setbacks. Morrill, who was 5 for 17.
Here's a shot of Rich Soule coming down the specialty teams. He's a back. Oops, he got down and knocked down by his own man. Comes in and makes the tackle. Rich Saule's a backup center for Ken Iman. In his second year, doing a fine job for the Rams.
So the Colts will begin the action from their own 33-yard line. Willie Richardson motion to the left. Again, the play fake. The screen. Attempt to Perkins. Incomplete. Rams out in front of Baltimore, 10-7. On the strength of a Roman Gabriel touchdown pass to Les Josephson. Ray May, number 56, was caught inside on this. He should have been the man out there to stop Josephson. He was late getting there, and the Rams went into halftime with a 10-7 lead. Rams got on the scoreboard early with a 20-yard field goal. David Ray hitting from 20 yards out. Then Baltimore scored with Tom Matty from 4 yards out. And then the touchdown you just saw. Matty upset. Coy Bacon was there, 79. Dave Jones helped out. Loss of about 5 yards.
This Coy Bacon has really done a fine job. He came in as the youngest member of the Fearsome Foursome about 3 years ago. He's certainly taken his place along with the good ones. He has the same quickness. I don't suppose he's quite as fast as Deacon Jones, but he is quick, and he's about 15 pounds heavier. Coy Bacon.
Third down now and 17. The Colts moving from their own 27. Morrow, 3 receivers out and set back. Bulash over the middle. It goes to number 84, Mitchell. Fine shot as Isaiah Robertson made the tackle, but Mitchell gets the first down. Baltimore now will have first and 10 on their own 49. Defensively for the Los Angeles Rams, it remains intact. Dave Jones at one end, Coy Bacon at the other end. Jones 75, Bacon 79, the two Olsen brothers in the middle. Merlin 74, Phil 72, the middle linebacker, 86, Marlon McKeever. Jim Purnell, the left side linebacker, 53, Isaiah Robertson, who's had a fine game in the first half, the rookie from Southern University. He's on the right side. The cornerbacks, 19 Nettles, Howard 21. The safeties, Alexander and Elmendorf. The Colts, first and 10. They move from their own 49. Perkinson motions right. Firing quick to Mitchell is Earl Morrill. Incomplete. Elmendorf moving over to be in position. Not one of Earl Morrill's finer nights. 6 of 20 is Earl Morrill for 80 yards. There you see the defensive comparison. We told you at the top of the show, Baltimore came in having only given up 55 points. Remarkably, they have held 7 opponents to only 1 touchdown through the air. Now it is 2 as a result of a Gabriel to Josephson pass. We're in the third quarter. The Rams out in front, 10-7. The Colts with a second down, moving from their own 49. Again, attempted for Mitchell, almost picked off by Elmendorf. Isaiah Robertson back there making a problem for Earl Morrill.
It's interesting to see how the Rams are actually handling the man in motion. We mentioned it a while ago. You'll see Mitchell coming off, Tom Mitchell, number 84. Elmendorf has shifted over from his safety position to cover Tom Mitchell. He almost slipped coming out of the turn. Elmendorf, great position, coming in to make the interception. Just let the ball slip through his hands. Robertson's right there close at hand from his linebacker position.
Isaiah Robertson playing a fine game, as we mentioned. He came in to this game with 4 interceptions. Third down and 10. The ball on the 49-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Left is Richardson. Perkins to the right. Morrow firing for Perkins. Trying to squeeze it into that area in the zone. Incomplete, fourth down. David Lee will come on to do the punting as Kermit Alexander drops deep with Alvin Heyman. 12 minutes, 43 seconds remain in the third quarter from Baltimore, Maryland. On a chilly night, the temperature hovering right at freezing. This time, no rush as the Rams try and set up the punt return, but Alvin Heyman calls for the fair catch at the 19. That's what has taken place for Earl Morrall in the first half. He came into this game averaging 54%. He is about 30% now. And with timeout, the score is the Los Angeles Rams 10, the Baltimore Colts 7.
Oh, yes. Yes, my antiperspirant works when everything's going okay. But when I'm a nervous wreck, nothing seems to keep me dry.
If your antiperspirant doesn't do what you hired it to, fire yours and hire ours. Right Guard antiperspirant. Get the drying agent that really helps keep you dry. Stops odor, too.
But I'm what you call a heavy perspirer. I perspire in the wintertime.
Then fire yours and hire ours. Ours is Right Guard.
For some time now, Gillette has known that if you could shave with two razors at once, you could get a better shave because you'd be shaving with two separate blades. Gillette introduces the two-bladed razor, the new Gillette Track 2 twin-blade shaving system. Two separate blades to get whisker one blade could miss. The new Gillette Track 2. It's one blade better than whatever you're using now.
Back in Baltimore, the Rams will take over. 1st and 10, they'll be moving from their own 19.5-yard line. Oh, thank you. That billing again.
No top billing at all.
Out to the left goes the big tight end, Klein. In the slot is Rensel. To the right is Dak Snow. The setbacks, Willie Ellison and Larry Smith. The quarterback all the way for the Rams, Roman Gabriel. This is Smith on the draw play. Pickup of about 5 yards for Larry Smith. Billy Newsom to make the tackle. Billy Newsom, Bubba Smith, Freddie Miller, and Roy Hilton are the defensive front four of the Baltimore Colts. The linebackers, 32, Mike Curtis in the middle. Ted Hendricks on the right side. He's number 83. Ray May, number 56. They flip-flop depending upon the tight end and the set formation. Jim Duncan, the right cornerback, 35. The left cornerback is Charlie Stooks. The safeties are 20, Logan, 21, Vogt. 2nd down, 5 yards. Again, the tight end Klein split wide to the left. Rensel in the slot. Snow opens up. And again, this is Smith. A big hole for Smith. Up over the 35 to the 37. Jerry Logan moves over to make the stop.
Get a shot of Curtis here from the middle linebacker. And on this play, I believe he gets taken out pretty well. That's Schiavelli. Joe Schiavelli, number 71, coming in straight up the middle. Jerry Logan, number 20, coming over to make the stop. Quick hitting play up the middle.
1st and 10 for the Rams. They're moving now from their own 37, out in front of the Baltimore Colts, 10-7. Rensel right, Snow left. The automatic sends Rensel further to the right. Covered there by Charlie Stooks. The quick toss. Running hard is Ellison. Out in front was Mack. As Rick Vogt comes up to make the stop.
Los Angeles presently moving the ball on the ground, Frank, and a quick reminder that this Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sport, Tournament of Thrills Auto Dash Devil Championship from Tampa, Florida, the World Wrist Wrestling Championships from Petaluma, California, the World Professional Target Diving Championship from Montreal, Canada. Consult your local listings for time.
The Rams, the 2nd and 3, they're operating from their own 43. Snow left, Rensel right. Rensel again moves back in. Josephson runs into Ted Hendricks. Loss on the play of about 4 yards. Ted Hendricks, again, will remind you, he's 6'7". He's not big, about 215, 18 pounds, but does he move around? 5 tackles he's made individually this evening. The loss moves the ball back to the 39-yard line of the Rams.
From the 40-yard line.
Their offensive line, Iman at center, number 50. Mack, the left guard, 65. Shabelli, the right guard, 71. Shue, the right tackle, 76. Cowan, the left tackle, 73. 3rd and 8. Snow right. Klein and Rinsel left. Over the middle, it's Willie Ellison. That will be short of the first down. Ellison, who came into this game tied for the lead of Ram receptions with Lance Rinsel.
Ellison having a big year, as Don noted in the first half, and Willie says it's because his new coach is giving him a chance to play the way his former coach, George Allen, did not.
Pat Studstill, well below his 42-yard average coming into tonight's game. He'll be kicking to Rick Volk. Again, off the side of the foot. But Volk will try it, and he'll get wiped out. Wiped out of the 18 is Rick Volk back to the 15. And with timeout, the score, the Los Angeles Rams 10, the Baltimore Colts 7.
Every day is movie day at North American Van Lines. And to make sure every move goes smoothly, their trucks use STP oil treatment. These trucks have to haul tremendous loads under all conditions. Through crosstown traffic, cross-country miles, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Through it all, STP helps keep them running smoother, cooler, quieter, longer, in all kinds of weather. Try STP oil treatment in your family car and run racer sharp.
Some people love cola so much they can't stop drinking it. And for them, there's RC. With RC, you get a great cola taste that's easy on the syrup, easy on the gas. So it doesn't feel like too much. Right, OJ? RC. A great cola taste that's easy on the syrup, easy on the gas. For people like O.J. Simpson, who can't stop drinking cola.
9 minutes and 3 seconds remain in Baltimore, Maryland. An important football game for the Baltimore Colts. They must win to stay within a half a game of Miami in their division. The Rams must win to stay within a half a game of the 49ers. Baltimore Colts football, 1st and 10. Earl Morrow firing for Perkins. Nettles is there. Marlon McKeever comes over. Herman Alexander.
This has been a tough game so far for Earl Morrall, as you've heard Don say on a couple of occasions. And yet it comes after a game when Earl seemed to have put the Colts passing the game together for the first time really this year, the big victory over Pittsburgh a week ago. You can ascribe some of the differential in the performance from week to week as we watched for the first down measurement, and the fact that he was going against Pittsburgh's young secondaries a week ago. But still, Earl has been around, as noted, a very long time, and with great efficiency against the very best teams. By that much, they missed the first down. And one can expect that during the remainder of this game, Earl will begin to pick up in his pitching efficiency. In the meantime, Baltimore retains the capacity to move the ball on the ground with Big Boo.
And on 2nd down and short yardage, Willie Richardson, Perkins, both wide receivers on the left side. Morrow going to throw. Looking for Perkins. And Perkins gets his lumps right in front of the Baltimore Colt bench. Herman Alexander over there defending along with Howard. As Morrow continues to have problems. 7 of 24, 2 interceptions. His ball club trailing the Rams here in the 3rd quarter. Colts have had a remarkable year. They did lose to Cleveland 14-13. They lost to Minnesota 10-3. The Rams, they've dropped a pair. They lost to the Saints. They lost to Miami. They tied Atlanta.
The Rams really have a tough schedule in front of them, too, Frank. They are staying on the East Coast. Actually, they're going to Philadelphia next week, work out, go to Detroit, play Sunday, go back home, play the 49ers, and then on the next Thursday, Thanksgiving, play Dallas in Dallas.
This is Matty. Matty very close to the first down, and he picks it up. Dave Jones was there to make the stop for the Rams. 1st down, Baltimore. Clock moving. A little over 8 minutes remaining. here in the third quarter. Out to the left come both wide receivers. The ball at the 30-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Perkins and Richardson both split to the left. Mitchell, the tight end, on the right side. Matty again. And Phil Olsen there to make the stop.
Deacon's having some words with somebody down there, Frank. Looks like Sullivan and Deacon didn't agree on the actions of that last play.
Sullivan has not been a man charged with easy assignments. 2 weeks ago, gentlemen, it was Carl Eller. This week, Deacon.
Limping out is Tom Mitchell, the tight end for the Colts. Coming in, John Mackey. Mitchell had been the Colts' leading receiver coming into tonight's game. As you see, second down and 8 yards, a pickup of 2 by Matty. The ball on the 31-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. We're in the third quarter. Motion is Willie Richardson, 87. Picked up by number 21, Howard. Goulash. Goulash moving very close to another first down. Tackled there by Isaiah Robertson. First down, Baltimore. More and more you see the setbacks against the wide use of the zone as the top receivers on ball clubs. Goulash came into this game with 10 receptions. You can do that because when a team plays a zone defense, they do not shoot their linebackers. Linebackers do not blitz. They drop back into the zone. First down, the Colts moving from their 41. Richardson again, motions left. Picked up again by Howard. The draw play. Matty upset there by Elmendorf. Moving over the 45 to the 48.
Saw a little technique by Matty there, which only experienced ball players can do very well. Here's McKeever, number 86, the middle linebacker. Wrestlers in there on him. You'll see Matty with the ball in his right hand. As he makes his move, he shifts the ball to his left hand, supposedly to protect against fumbles, because he's going to get hit more than likely from that right side. A lot of fumbles, however, occur when they're trying to switch it from one hand to another. Matty switched it without ever breaking stride. There's the coach, Don McCafferty. The Baltimore Colts, I'm sure, was pleased with that last play.
2nd and 2 for the Colts. They're moving from their own 49-yard line. Perkins right, Willie Richardson left. Matty again. Very close to the first down. Matty moving into Ram territory. Marlon McKeever at the bottom of that pile.
The way they're using Matty now, Don, don't you expect them almost any time to start switching to Bula?
Well, in fact, I see Matty coming out right now, and he is being replaced. I don't know whether he was injured or not. He's coming out a little slow.
A little.
Yeah. Goulash, of course, has been their big gun all year. As Frank pointed out, when you average practically 6 times every time you carry the ball, the obvious thing is to get the ball to Goulash.
Don McCauley, number 23, has replaced Matty. The ball on the 48-yard line of the Rams. McCauley getting the call on his first play. Jim Purnell.
If that was any indication of how they're going to miss Matty, then the Colts are definitely going to have to give that ball to Goulash.
I'll tell you, this rookie from North Carolina, number 1 draft pick of the Baltimore Colts, is some kind of football player. He's 6'1", 207 pounds. And he not only can run, but he can play the halfback spot for Baltimore. And when I say that, I mean that Baltimore Colts like to throw to their halfback. Tom Matty, year in and year out, is among the top 10 receivers. This is Isaiah Robertson's record through the evening. 5 individual tackles and 3 assists. 2nd down and 9. McCauley again. McCauley upended.
And that was Robertson again, too. So let's give him 6 tackles and 3 assists.
What a night he's having, that rookie. Here's the official or an official scouting report on him as he got out of college and was viewed by the pro scouts. Great size and athletic ability, tough and strong, tremendous potential, great agility and speed, excellent lateral movement, makes many solo tackles, and now watch him. Number 58. Said at the top of the evening, keep a close eye on that rookie tonight out of Southern U.
Played off Mackey, who is an excellent blocker, too.
Third down and 6. Matty back into the game. Going out to Willie Richardson. Overthrown. Herman Alexander was there. Morrill really having his problems. That will be fourth down. And out will come Jim O'Brien for what appears to be a Baltimore Colt field goal attempt.
And again, we have a situation rather similar to that which existed 2 Monday nights ago. You wonder about John Unitas sitting there and if he's going to be called upon again the way he was against Minnesota.
From the 49-yard line of the Baltimore Colts, O'Brien, who has already kicked 150 this year, he can hit from here. Deep is Alvin Heyman. It's long enough. Off to the right. No good. And NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Colts, continues from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with the score. The Rams 10, the Colts 7.
Right now, 72 mid-size cars have frozen 71 prices. But of all leading mid-size cars, one has unfrozen styling, unfrozen design, unfrozen engineering. Ford's Torino. This is Grand Torino, one of 9 new models. Torino's price is frozen, but it's been restyled, redesigned, re-engineered for 72. We wanted to give you a quieter, smoother ride, so we built a new, more rugged frame and body. We wanted to give you more precise handling, so we designed a new suspension system. We've added new front disc brakes, standard. We've designed new interiors to give you more room and comfort. Torino has moved ahead for 72, with all new styling and major engineering changes. Everybody can offer you frozen 71 prices, but everybody can't offer you a completely new car, which sort of sets us apart. Your Ford dealer's 72 Torinos. Only the price is frozen.
That's the half moon over a cold Baltimore Memorial Stadium. Just under 3 minutes remain to be played in the third quarter. The Rams holding on to their lead against Baltimore 10-7. O'Brien missed on a 51-yard field goal for Baltimore. The Rams take over on their own 20-yard line. Roman Gabriel all the way at quarterback. The play fake to Larry Smith. Going deep for Klein, and he can't hold on to it. Back with him, Jim Duncan, number 35, and Rick Volk, 21.
Roman had very little time to find a receiver that time. Fred Miller, number 76, was coming in, and he just got it off. And under that one right there is none other than number 19 in your program and number 1 in these Colt fans' hearts, John Unitas.
I'll tell you, that last Baltimore drive where O'Brien failed on the long field goal must have been frustrating because the Colts used up 6 minutes, 7 seconds, yet failed to get anything on the board.
The Rams now moving from their 20-yard line, 2nd and 10. Klein wide to the left. Rensel is in the slot. Snow, 84, the bottom of your screen. Here comes May on the blitz. Incomplete. The attempt again to Klein. And Gabriel now having his problems. He's only 6 of 15 for 80 yards.
Here's Jack Snow, number 84. We'll watch him get hit by Jerry Logan as he comes in. Whammo. I don't think you can do that.
I don't believe that's quite bump and run.
That's the bump, but nobody's running.
All right, on 3rd and 10 now from the 20. Again, Klein goes far to the left to be covered by Duncan. Rensel is in the slot, covered by Rick Volk. Out to the right, Jack Snow. He's covered by Charlie Stoops. Now the Colts roll into a zone. You can see at the top of your screen. Gabriel is wiped out by Freddie Miller. Back to the 11-yard line goes Roman Gabriel. Big Freddie Miller beating the block of Tom Mack. There he is, a 9-year veteran out of LSU. He's sort of the Gary Larson of the Baltimore Colts. They call him the cop. He hangs along that line of scrimmage, and every now and then he turns it loose. Studstill comes on to punt for the Rams. Rick Volk is deep. Providing no misplay. Good field position again for the Baltimore Colts. Fine kick by Studstill. The fair catch called for by Rick Vogt. So the Colts will take over. 1st and 10 in Ram territory at the 47.
Well, running backs Norm Boulash of the Colts and Willie Ellison of the Rams are two examples of athletes who were stamped for stardom even while playing in high school. Big Boo, a challenger for the AFC rushing title, even though he's missed 11 quarters of action this season, was All-State twice at high school in Texas before going on to Texas Christian. Willie also has a Texas background, a star in Texas, then to Texas Southern and on to the Rams.
1st and 10, Baltimore. Boulash. And you see a new number in that defensive lineup for the Rams. That's number 85, Jack Youngblood, as Isaiah Robertson made another tackle. Jack Youngblood, another fine rookie defensive end from Florida.
Yes, indeed. Rated by many the best player on the college all-star team this year when they were about to go against the Colts. The point I was making is I talked about Big Boo and Willie Ellison. Next time you get a chance, go out to see a high school game, like Frank Gifford, who every Saturday watched his son Kyle for Scarsdale.
I saw 2 or 3 of those myself.
You believe they lost to Port Chester? On
21-7.
2nd and 8. Morrow getting rid of it to Mackey, and Mackey's upended by Elmendorf.
Excellent play by Elmendorf. He was keying. They had a zone. No one came into his area. He was keying Tom Matty coming out of the backfield. At the time Matty got that ball, Elmendorf was right there on him.
Loss on the play of 5 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and 12. The Rams shuffle in their prevent defense. Geddes comes in. Alvin Heyman comes in to give a little more mobility to the umbrella type prevent defense. There's Elmendorf, rookie from Texas A&M. Been in on a lot of action tonight. Not all of it good, but at least it's been aggressive. From the 49 of the Rams, the Baltimore Colts have a 3rd and 12. Perkins catches the football, and Geddes really pops him. Short of the 1st down.
Sid split screen again. Comes back. Perkins actually got off to a little slow start there. It was intentional. He was letting things clear out a little bit. It's kind of a delay pattern come in. Like McKeever coming across from his middle linebacker to make a heck of a stop. Nettles, number 19, was following him in there. It's a trail route.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Los Angeles Rams 10, the Baltimore Colts 7. We'll return after this word from our local stations.
Dorothy Lamour guest stars on Marcus Welby, MD, tomorrow night on ABC.